Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Assassination Classroom Season 2, Episode 9. And the last episode was the end, I guess, of the river. Oh my goodness, Karasumo was super awesome in that episode. He was so awesome. And Irina tried to sneak away, but yeah, the students didn't let him, like, nobody let her. Sorry. So yeah. What else? And the Minister of Defense or something or other, like Karasuma's boss, basically said that there was a new plan in motion and that they are not gonna be hiring, I guess, outside assassins to kill Goro Sensei anymore. Because after what happened, after the Reaper captured them and basically threatened their lives, the students were like, no, well, Guru Sensei was like, I cannot do this and put the kids in danger. So they brought this new plan, I guess, this new rule to his supervisor, and they were okay with it. But then that's when he's like, there's a new plan in motion. So I don't know where that's going to lead. But yeah, that's what happened last episode. And before I get into this one, if you guys have a reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/filmini. And now let's start this episode. And here we go. Okay, guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. Okay. He's not happy with that, right? Okay. It's wet. Where's that? Huh? I couldn't read like all those things. What's this over? I didn't see it. There are so many things that happen on screen at the same time, so I have no time at all to read everything. I don't even know who that is. Do I know him? I probably do. Question. Oh, her new clothes is up there. Question. I feel like that was the first time that I actually saw the Reaper in the intro. Like his actual face. And appear around 2 time. Round 2. Bureaucrat. Is that what he wants to be? He did it without her noticing. Assassin? Huh? Nope. That yeah, doesn't mean you should be an assassin. Yeah, that is true. Tadaima. Oh, this is his home. Okay. So that was her mom? Hmm. You sure about that? Me neither. Oh my goodness. No. No. Ow. Did she? What? He's trying to burn down the school? Huh? No, he's telling her his intentions. Wait, did he do the Reaper thingy? I wasn't that talkative during this episode because I was just Nagisa's story. Just her mom, just I don't know, just pissed me off. Usually when I'm upset, I don't like to talk. Okay, so that's just the way I am. Okay. This episode was them basically deciding, having some kind of career counseling session with Kuro Sensei. And my boy Karma wanted to be a diplomat. No, not a diplomat. Politician? No. What did he say he wanted to be? A bureaucrat. Yeah, I wanted to be a bureaucrat. And then as he was walking out, and then you see Terasaka there, and he's telling Terasaka not to become a diplomat, not a politician. My goodness, not to become a politician. I feel like that was basically him manipulating Terasaka into wanting to be a politician. Since he wants to be a bureaucrat, and basically he's saying that the kind of bureaucrat they can manipulate politicians from behind the scenes or something, make them do what they want to do, you know. And you know that he has been able to manipulate Terasaka to do what he wants him to do. So it's like if he's the bureaucrat and then he makes Terasaka a politician, he can basically control him from behind the scenes. So I'm like, yeah. And then that girl Nakamura, yeah, she wanted to be a diplomat. And then it came to Nagisa, and Nagisa, the fact that he discovered that he has this talent for assassination, he's just been like, okay, does that mean that I should be an assassin? And he went to Kuro Sensei with that. And Kuro Sensei just told him basically that in all those situations where he faces an assassin that's stronger than him, he doesn't care about his own life. And he just told him that he should think about that before, making a decision, I guess. And then that's when we delved into Nagisa's home life, really, like why he doesn't value himself, and it was basically because of his mom. I remember in a previous episode where him and his dad were at a restaurant or something, right? And then the father asked him how he was living with the mom and all that. He's like, he's okay. It was just a passing comment that he made, and I didn't think about it. Like that scene came and went, and I'm like, okay, we saw his father. Okay, that's good. I didn't think about his mom at all until when this episode started, and you see her holding. I didn't actually know what he was. I thought he was a man at first for some reason. I thought he was a student that was angry for some reason, But it turned out to be Nagisa's mom, and he was looking at his report card, and he wasn't happy with that. She wasn't happy with that. And when he came home, and then the mom sat him down, and he's like, okay, there's this person that was able to go back to get out of the E-class. Was it after give him money to the school or something. I don't know. But basically, she was trying to get him out of the E class and back to the class so that he can go to this particular school that she wasn't able to go to, so that he can study this particular course that she wasn't able to do. And because this particular school or whatever that she wasn't able to get to was more focused on the looks or whatever, that's why he kept Nagisa like looking like a girl, basically with the long hair and all that. Basically, Nagisa had no voice at all in this household, and because his mom is so extra and just starting up fights and stuff, it drove the father away, and she basically wanted Nagisa to live the life that she didn't get to live, all the opportunities that she missed. She wanted Nagisa to, she was basically living through Nagisa. He wanted Nagisa to be a girl. He wanted Nagisa to go to this particular school that she wasn't able to go to. She wanted Nagisa to do all these things that she wasn't able to go to. And each time Nagisa tries to voice what he wants, she just loses it. So it's like Nagisa just keeps all those things inside of him. And that's why he doesn't particularly care about himself, because he feels like he's basically his mom 2.0. I guess he's not his own person, so he doesn't care. And that's why he's willing to throw his life away when it comes to those situations and whatnot. So he goes, the mom is like, she's gonna talk to Kuro Sensei, to his teacher. And Karasuma is basically the teacher on file, I guess. She doesn't know anything about Kuro Sensei. So Karasuma wasn't here. So Kuro Sensei basically disguised himself as Karasuma. And when they met each other and they were having this parent teacher meeting or whatever, that's where Kuro Sensei figured where Nagisa was coming from. And when he tries to voice the fact that Nagisa was his own person and whatnot, she just lost it. And then Nagisa goes home, the mom has good food or whatever, Nagisa sits down to eat, and then he just passes out. I'm like, did she drug him? What is she trying to do? And then Nagisa wakes up in front of the school, and she has this torch in her hand, and she's telling Nagisa to destroy the school. I'm like, this woman is insane. That she's insane. And then that's when the assassin showed up. For some reason, I maybe misremembered what the last scene between Karasuma and his supervisor was about. In my mind, when I started this episode, in my mind, I'm thinking that they were not going to rely on any other outside assassins anymore. But I don't think, based on this episode, I don't think that's what it was about. I think they're still going to rely on them, but they're not allowed to hurt the students. And then there's actually another plan that they are also working on or something or other. I don't know. But then this random assassin showed up, and he's been basically surveilling Kuro Sensei, and he knows that at this particular time Kuro Sensei will come to try to watch something. And so he was waiting for him. But he's not allowed to hurt Nagisa, okay? And he's like, okay, I'm not allowed to hurt Nagisa, but the mom is fair game. And that's when Nagisa went to his assassin mode. During this episode, they've been, not each time, but like they've been having these wavelengths thing show up on screen to basically display what Nagisa, I guess, feeling, like he's reading people's wavelengths and all that. And it was reminding me of what the Reaper when Nagisa and the Reaper faced each other, and Nagisa was like, okay, I'm gonna take him on, and then he was approaching the Reaper, and he was gonna do the move that he did, basically to take down Takaoka. And then the Reaper was talking about he just did something, and then he basically paralyzed Nagisa. And then, excuse me, the Reaper was talking about how people have these wavelengths and that something like that. And then if you do this particular thing, you're going to disable the person. And Nagisa, I believe that's the same thing that Nagisa did to this assassin. Like he just was walking toward him, like in his calm assassin mode or whatever. And then when he got there, he just like, wow. And then the guy went down. So I'm like, oh my goodness, he just saw this dude do it like once, and then he knows how to do it. I'm like, he has the talent for it, that's for sure. But when Kuro-sensei told him during the beginning that to really think about who he's gonna be doing it for or something or other, I knew in my mind it's gonna be, yeah, he has a talent for assassination, but he should not be doing it because, he should not just become an assassin just for becoming an assassin. In my mind, I'm thinking maybe he's gonna, like, he has the talent for it, right? So maybe he's gonna work for the government and use his assassination skills to protect the people. So when, in this particular case, he got to use it to protect his mom, so I'm like, okay, that's basically what I was thinking. And when the mom saw him, she was like, what the heck did you do? And then, of course, you showed up with this fire extinguisher or whatever. I don't know if he was trying to make it, basically trying to disguise what Nagisa just did. I don't know. But he made a point to tell the mom that Nagisa was basically, is coming to an age where he gets to figure out what he wants to do, and that the point is coming where he's gonna leave the nest. And when Kuro-sensei said that, the mom was like, he's pulling away from me. Like it basically dawned on her that there's gonna come a point where Nagisa's not gonna be attached to her anymore. Like he's gonna be a grown up and he's gonna do what he wants to do. So I don't know, if in my mind I'm thinking in that moment she figured that she was gonna be alone, because it was her attitude that basically pushed the father away from her, from the family. So I'm thinking that when Kuro-sensei said that, she's like, okay, so the same thing's gonna happen with my son. He's gonna pull away from me. And I feel like that's why when Nagisa got back home in the next morning or whatever, and he cooked, and he's like, he's gonna do all these things, and basically asking the mom not to get him out of class E. Then I'm like, and she said, do whatever you want. I feel like that was basically her beginning to try to repair, I guess, the relationship between Nagisa and her, maybe. Because if she keeps with this attitude of hers, that you're gonna do what I want you to do, doesn't matter what you want and whatnot. When Nagisa becomes an adult, and leaves the house, there is no guarantee that he's gonna want to see her at all. She's gonna be all alone by herself. But at least now that she gave him the permission to do what he wants to do with class E, maybe he's gonna forget all the crappy ways that she treated him, and then still have a relationship with her even after he becomes a proper adult. So yeah, her mom was she was crazy bananas this episode. Like, I don't know, I didn't like her at all. She got on my nerves, but at least by the end of the episode it seems like she made a change, so I guess that's good for Nagisa. Well, yeah, I love this episode. Just seeing Nagisa, well, I love this episode. when it comes to Nagisa basically affirming his rights, his desires, telling his mom what he wants to do, being the talented assassin that he is, using his talents to basically incapacitate that assassin that showed up. I love that aspect of it. But the mom aspect of it, I'm like, ugh. Nah. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to episode 10, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/filmmini, and you can also see the full length for this reaction there as well. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.